Hello, my name is Mike Booth. I'm the Group HR Director for Kagiso Media, which is a black-owned, in fact the biggest black-owned media company in South Africa. We're listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, based across the country and involved in a range of different media type businesses, from radio stations through to TV production company, digital businesses, and specialist information supply businesses. We have roughly about 1,100 people in the business, based across three centres, Johannesburg, Durban and Cape Town. I look after human resources from a head office point of view and manage various HR processes. I've worked with Profiles and with Mark for probably close to 10 years now. Some of the products that we've used, or the two products that we've used predominantly, have been Profiles XT, the PXT, and more recently we've started to use the Climatizer. Over the period that we've used the PXT, we've used it in a number of different applications. Obviously, we've used it as a recruitment tool, or one of the recruitment tools that we use when we go through the recruitment process. The other way is that we've used it as a management tool, where we've assessed a wide range of both management and staff within the business. In my previous business, LexisNexis, which was a division of Kagiso Media for a while, we used it very extensively, where we actually profiled every single member of the business. Turnover has never really been a problem in any of the businesses in which I've applied the PXT over the years. Within LexisNexis, we had a very low level of turnover, and in Kagiso Media, we have a very low level of turnover. The cost of turnover is high. The cost of recruiting new people into positions in South Africa is very high. When I worked for LexisNexis in the UK, which I did for 2 years during the period I've described, I didn't use Profiles. The cost of recruitment in the UK is a lot higher than it is in South Africa, but it has become much, much higher here. I couldn't put a figure to it, but you're usually looking at around about a direct cost of anywhere between 12 and 20% of a person's package, plus obviously the man hours needed to go through the process of recruitment. I'd say Profiles does help us to reduce the cost. It allows us to assess our candidates a lot more accurately. What we tend to do is we tend to bring it in the final stages of recruitment, where we would run a PXT across the last perhaps two or three people that we have identified as being potentials for a particular position. We use it in conjunction with other psychometric evaluation tools. I have used for many years now later versions of Myers-Briggs personality profiling tools. For a while I used a tool called Insights, and more recently I've started using the next generation of that tool called Lumina. And so I find that by combining the PXT with Lumina, I can get a much, much more accurate view of a candidate when I'm in the throes of recruitment. When we move away from recruitment into the areas of people management, once again we use both of those tools for two reasons. One, so that we have a clearer assessment of each individual and their relative characteristics. But we also use it in a dynamic fashion where we generate workshops with people using the PXT as a point of discussion and a point of departure. We also use it from a management point of view, where each manager is given the capability to have meaningful discussions with subordinates around far more structured elements than you would have if you were just to do it without using a tool. I often wonder whether, in fact, Profiles is totally responsible for the improvement in interpersonal relationships within the team. If I'm honest with myself, I don't believe that that is so, but there's no question that it does enhance that, as any profiling tool, any good profiling tool should. It gives people the opportunity to talk in a relatively safe way about elements and aspects of relationships which would otherwise be quite difficult to embrace. I think, in fact, I know, because I have used the tool for many, many years, that it does reflect reality. It is very, very seldom that you would find that the profile that you're getting on a person doesn't match the reality of who it is that you're dealing with. Finally, the service levels that I've had out of Mark Cunningham's organisation have always been of the highest level, which is why I continue to deal with them. Nothing seems to be too much trouble for them, and we really feel that we get added value from them in the way in which they address our issues, the way they're responsive to our needs, and I certainly intend to carry on dealing with them for a long time in the future. Thank you.